Hey everybody, welcome back to MTG Spec. He is risen! This is a very special Easter episode of MTG Spec. I work at a comic store, as many of you know, and recently we received a large donation of items from essentially a hoarder's house. Someone who'd left the family and they were just trying to clear out stuff and do a little spring cleaning and renew themselves. And this is repeat some of what we had. So I'm gonna just give you a little quick tour of what I wound up with, which is nothing compared to what the store wound up with. We got this box of mystery, all these card boxes, a Huggies container, and 2 boxes of pure nonsense, most of which will be thrown out. Although, look at that. Copy of the Silmarillion, which I've never read, and for good reason, but maybe I'll read it now that I own it. But anyway, I wanted to start with the Huggies box. This is actually the main reason I wanted to show this video. This is amazing. This is what a hoarder does for their Magic 30th special collection. This is where they kept the Magic out of the entire collection. Ironically, this is the one thing that's going back to the store because we have a binder of Magic stuff. Looks like it's mostly just Innistrad era stuff. So just some old Wolves and Therese Nielsen band art. So yeah, Graph Cage, okay. So yeah, just some rando stuff from the old Innistrad era. Nothing too valuable, but I do like the idea of having this swanky card technology. Like this is the future of Magic, guys. A disgusting, dusty Huggies box. But I wanted to show you a little bit of what else there was. So this, I guess we can just start with the big guy. Let's see if this will. Oh my God! All right, let's scooch the setup around a little bit so you can truly enjoy this. Now this was kind of interesting. All right, so there are some sports cards in here. There's a lot of sports cards in this lot. I don't know anything about sports cards. I only have the wisdom to know that I know nothing. But they make an entertaining sound sometimes when you're trying to de-sticky them. But one thing I've learned about sports cards, I've learned a couple things already. One is that the cards that I have are what they call the wax junk era of sports cards, meaning they were stuff from the 80s, 90s, overproduced trash that nobody wants. So that's interesting. But I also learned that whenever you take them out of a tightly packed box, you cannot put them back in the box. So this box here actually had no sports cards. It did have, however, Star Wars CCG by Decipher, which was one of my all-time favorite card games. So that was fun to see. It also had this game, which is oversized. Pretend this is a Magic card. It's about the same size. Look how oversized that is. This one's, I believe this is called Heresy. I think that's the name of this game. And they had, that's Mike Kaluta. He's a famous comic artist. They had nice art. I have no idea if they make pages that'll fit these. I think we have like some 8-pocket pages where I could like fit like 8 of these sideways. I'll have to look into that to see what I can find. But yeah, there's just like insane amounts of nonsense here. Red Zone was Don Russ's contribution to collectible card games, more sports stuff. Again, I don't care anything about sports. Doesn't interest me in the least. Okay, oh, there's the definitive proof. That's called Heresy. So we do have the Heresy rulebook, so come on over. We're going to be playing Heresy later. Also, Shadow Fist, which I remember the Dragon Con or whatever, when this came out, people were convinced this was going to completely dominate and replace Magic. Like, people were very excited about this game, which did have a lot of the original Magic artists like Mark Pohl, so, anything new has a buzz for a brief time. What else we got? DC Overpower. You usually see Marvel Overpower. Or maybe I usually see a Marvel Overpower because they used to put a lot of Marvel Overpower inserts in like comics, and I'm constantly coming across those. Yeah, more sports cards. Like, look at that, two foils in one. I know this. I'll probably do a sports card video once I kind of go through this collection a little bit better and figure out what's going on. But this is my face right now, just trying to grasp like what is it I'm looking at? Let's see what else is in here. I really have not even dug into this stuff. I just got it home. I left it in my car trunk for a day in case there were any critters that decided to excuse themselves. So far, all we found of the comics end of this contribution, other than a giant-size X-Men 1, which was amazing, was that there was some... Oh, wow, that's cool art. Look at that art. There are a lot of little spiders. But this is the worst way you could possibly package CCG, so I just wanted to preserve that on camera. But let's look at some other stuff. Oh. So, this was interesting. I actually have not seen any limited edition Shadow Fist stuff ever, really. Not since the 90s. And maybe this is what makes it limited edition. There's these little shiny things. The Shadow Fist things I've seen have not had that, but let's take a quick look at some of the art for this game. You'll notice like a lot of kind of Magic, like that's Rob Alexander. He's like the most famous landscape artist in Magic. And he's doing basically landscapes again. So it's interesting. I'll probably go into really big gun. There you go. Brian Snowdy, also a Magic artist. Richard Kane Ferguson, Magic artist who's still working to this day. So Anson Maddox, my boy. So yeah, there's some really cool stuff from this era. There's those. Let's see what else we got. God, there's so much stuff here. So like I said, the Star Wars stuff I'm pretty excited about, but check this out, X-Files. Quite a lot of dupes. There's Candyman, Tony Todd. So yeah, there's some wild stuff here. That's weird. Actually, I've never noticed that. There's two different X-Files borders. I wonder if that's like first and second edition thing. That's weird. I never noticed that. I never bought much X-Files. I got some. But yeah, the game was kind of cool too. It was like Clue. X-Files had all these different characteristics and you're trying to figure out which one it was. So there's only like a finite number of things you had. Now, of course, Star Wars is a great game. Look at that, Luke Skywalker, little white bordered Luke, black bordered Obi-Wans. These were sleeves, so these were obviously from a deck. But Luke, Luke might be worth a little something. But this was a great game. Really enjoyed this game back in the day. There's quick motion. Yeah, it's just kind of cool to see this stuff. Now there was another game in here that I noticed. I don't know where I put the box. Oh, here it is. I'm not even sure I can really show this on YouTube. This is Xenophile, an adult trading card game. But I guess some of these are fairly tame. But this is one where like you had like boobings and stuff like that. It's just drawings. But yeah, Master of the Tantric Sax. They had like really goofy sense of humor for these police sirens. Oh my god, Le Petit Mort. Like this was a crazy game. But pretty neat. And it was a game that they had like some weird rules, like there's the one player game is that you just look at your cards, and it just had a weird sense of humor. But oh my god, we got some dust and disgust. Oh, this is nasty. Can you see that? Oh, this box, all this stuff needs an exorcism. Let's look at one more. This is just a sample of like kind of the sports card stuff, which is the bulk of it. And sports cards, you know immediately because you just see a wall of square cut corners, and you just know as a Magic player, oh, there's nothing there for me. There were no successful CCGs that had square cut corners, so, but we will take a look just to show you. Oh my god, the light. I mean, these do look cool, some of them. I can't tell if some of these are stuck together or if they're just double thick. They make crazy sounds. Like, let me see if I can find a big batch that's stuck and see if I can make that crazy sound. Yeah, it's like necks breaking. It's football, so that's appropriate. Anyway, that's all I got for now. I will see y'all later.